distinct pleasure to introduce our guest director, Mr. Richard Huggins, whom I'm known for a very long time. The first time I met him, he was doing another event similar to this, and he had forgotten his baton, and he asked me if I had one. I let him borrow one, and ever since then, I've been directing my classes without a baton. And this has been a long relationship. We've really grown to love each other. He's a very good friend of mine. And please help me welcome from Oakland Middle School, Mr. Richard Huggins.
Is this on? Can you hear me? Forgive me. That was Gloriosa by Robert W. Smith. That was our concert opener. My name's Richard Huggins. This is the All-County Henrico Band, middle school, comprised mostly, I would assume, by 7th and 8th graders. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to this, if this is your first event with your child playing this band did not exist 28 hours ago. We just started this thing yesterday morning. And if you are new to one of these events, this is something that is said at these, and it's important that it's said. In this day and age, the bad news that surrounds us and all the worry we have about this generation, and when we ask about the trouble that kids have, and we ask where's the good news, it's sitting on the stage behind you. There's the good news right there. That's your kids. These children have been outstanding. We worked up a program for you, 4 pieces of music, and they have worked diligently for a long period of time yesterday. We started at 9 and went to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and they have been on point all the way through. I have really enjoyed working with these folks. Our next selection is entitled Journey Through the Void. The object of it is, it's kind of a moody piece. I keep saying moody. It's not Moody Middle School. it's a spooky piece. So it's kind of a space exploration, into the void, the black hole, or whatever. He also says in his notes you could think of it as going into a cave and kind of the mystery of it. It's a way to explore some darker colors and some mysterious energy, that kind of thing. So I hope you'll enjoy Journey Through the Void by Tim Fisher. Our next selection is entitled Grooveel. I don't know that it's on the program. If it's not, it's an interesting spelling, G-R-O-O-V-E-E with an exclamation mark. This is by Richard Saucedo, and it incorporates a nice kind of groove beat all the way through. It's a very enjoyable piece. Thank you for having me here with the Henrico All-County program. These teachers, band is a very challenging subject. It's a very old school subject. These instruments haven't changed in 100 or 150 years. There's no new smartphone, touchscreen, app thing, and it's none of that. If you don't put in the effort on this instrument, just like in 1912, it won't work any better than it did back then. We have to have the same discipline and the same focus. Having these kids on these instruments is one of the very best things they can be doing. When I came to rehearsal yesterday, I was asking for some information. I was actually asking for somebody behind. The directors wisely didn't allow them to have their phones in there. There was not one phone on stage with us. I mean, out. Nobody was using their phones. And I think you could just sense the health in that environment and how we just felt like the veil was lifted and we could breathe free air again. But the discipline to play these instruments is unchanged, and achieving at a high level like they're doing is the very best thing they can do in public school. It's almost amazing that it's still in public school. And you know, it's always under threat, the arts and stuff like that. So please keep your children involved in this activity. It's so good for them, and it's so good for culture in general. So this is just the start. We have a tremendous high school program that's going to follow us, and the kids will stay and watch. And you'll see the progression. This is the beginning. It's a wonderful effort they're engaged in, and the teachers here at Henrico are outstanding. I've known many of them for many years. I was so impressed with one that I married her. I didn't marry Matt Bruins. I married somebody else. Not that he didn't ask, but could I have the Henrico County band directors please stand and be recognized? Henrico County band directors. Here is Richard Saucedo's Grooveel. did I mention to you this band did not exist today? It ain't easy, and they have really folks been really impressed with me. I know I've gone on about that. It remains for me to thank Chris Mosley, Matt Bruins, and John Sarday, our hosts, for hosting an outstanding event. And thank you so much for the opportunity to come work with my friends and the students that are my friends groups. Very good. These kids have been fantastic. They all need to go to their favorite restaurant and get their favorite ice cream afterwards, whatever that might be. I've been making a lot of promises to them, so you have to fill that out. We're going to close with the theme from The Incredibles by Michael Giacchino, I think is the way he says his name, something like that. But it's from the cartoon, and very much had a great time. Thank you so much, and we're going to close with The Incredibles.